Science classes. There's our one right there. Mr. Blanchard. Well, if anybody remembers the allotments, this is what's become of it, a forest. It's gone, it's all gone. The allotments is gone, look. Nothing left but trees. All gone. I wonder if there's any lots further down. We shall see. Yeah, mate. His daddy's old stomping ground, Bailey, Dundons. We're coming up to the tree where Mark Faraday broke his arm on the tree swing. Well, we go from the trees, if we go off to the left a bit, there are some allotments still. You can only just about see them, it's all been fenced off. Just see them through there, let's have a look. Got me crutch as well, so it's a bit hard to film. It looks like a refugee camp, but there is some allotments there, as you can see. Just see some greenhouses. It's bloody hard to see it though, I must admit. Yeah, so there are allotments, just about. There we go. Better shot through there. The keys are up there, getting his stuff ready. We used to scrump and nick all the apples and the bloody onions and stuff because we'd be out all day playing. We didn't get anything to eat unless we come over here and nicked it. Now here is the famous tree. I remember Dubber come running out of the school. You boys! We had to get an ambulance because Mark Faraday, he went up so fucking high. He swung off of this tree. We started there, we had a rope that went all the way up there, all the way up there, and it ended about there, this rope. It was about 60 foot long. It was one continuous piece of rope and it came all the way along. Oh, Bailey, get out of there. Bailey! Bailey! You better not have rolled in shit, you little fucker. He has. He's rolled in something. What have you rolled in? Let's have a look at you. You rolled in something, you little fuck pig. Anyway, this rope so it come all the way up there and it was attached to that branch up there. Right, you got to remember when we was kids everything was bigger then. So the rope come down, it had a piece of wood on it about there, and then we had about 40 people on the end of this rope and they would all pull at the same time, and whoever was hanging on to that branch had to hang on for fucking dear life. Well, unfortunately, Mark Faraday went up so high that when the rope got taut around about there, he went up in the air about an extra 30 foot, and then he just fucking plummeted, bang, right there, right on that very spot there. And I don't know what he broke, but he broke a lot of things. Got it enough, looked painful at the time, I tell you. And that's the tree. That was the walk to and from school. Yeah, let's have a look. There is some allotment here, look. Get my lens right in. Thank God for that. Got to keep the allotments alive. God, we did some scrumping there. And there is Phillip Morant School. You can almost see it in its glory. It's a fucking great place now. Well, it always was that big, but there's extra stuff there. Extra gyms and God knows what. There's my little man. You rolled in fox poo, you. Look at you, smelly little git. You smelly little git, you are. You stinky little git. Oh dear. Me and Robert Hearn used to ride up and down there on mopeds all day, singing my headache, my headache, my headache, my headache, because I had a headache. On there, believe it or not, there is still graffiti from 40 years ago. We'd have been 11 years old. Now, you can just about see there's a tiny little bit of white, that little bit of white there. Right, that little bit of white just there, that bit, that was Robert's. That was a circle originally with a line down the middle of it. And that was Robert's version of a vagina. We put our initials on there, and that was 40 years ago, and it's still on there. Bloody hell, can't believe it. Graffiti, 40 years old. It's a shame my initials ain't still there, because it had Steve in there. Steve Hearn's initials was on there. Robert's initials were there, and so were mine. Nothing like doing graffiti and grassing yourself off, is there, by putting your own initials on it? That's the sort of brains we had back then. So there you go, a little trip down memory lane for me. Big time, but my dog is rolling fox shit, little fucker. Now he's going to stink the car out. And there she is, there's the tree in all its beautiful glory. The swing tree. Swinging means something different these days.